All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to your Italian Grand Prix here in Division 1. I am your host, Days Freak, the American voice of RSF1, alongside a former co commentator making a momentary return with me, SF Michaels, now known as Firefish. How are you doing, my guy?
Yeah, I am great. Thanks. Thank you for allowing me to join you. Yeah, we're starting off the week around Monza, the Temple of Speed. Yeah, this should be an interesting one. People know this track so very well, especially these guys in F1. Um, and it's been a few interesting weeks. Obviously, numbers we've struggled with, let's be honest. But today, look at it. We've got full qualifying. U1 actually means something. We've got 18 as well. So hopefully on the rise. But it's been a good race so far. Hopefully, be more tonight.
Certainly hope so. And shout out to a current member of the commentary booth and an F4 driver as well, Mr. Adam Moore. If you're listening in, I do hope you and your family can find any amount of solace in the upcoming days, weeks, months, years. Um, Rest in peace to Mrs. Adam Moore. I imagine they're going through a really, really tough time right now.
Yeah, of course. Whole of the RSF1
First hot
community.
lap. Sorry, you
So,
go ahead.
so yeah, the whole of the RSF1 community is with Mr. Adam Moore and what he's gone through or going through at the moment. Of course, we don't know whether he will be returning back to the comms box, and um, we've always said that it takes all the time that he needs, no rushing to get him back. Yeah, we're all with him and so on. But yeah, hopefully this is a race to do him proud.
Certainly hope so as well. This first hot lap, normally I ride on board with the first man to cross the line. Out of respect for Adam Moore, we will have a silent hot lap, and the rest of this out lap will be silent. I'm going to be riding on board with Runnard 77. And across the line, Runnard 77 puts up a 19.24 as provisional pull. The next man across the line, JD Devilnoob on the mediums, puts up a 20.6. P2 for now. Mercedes of Jagus Logan now with a 19.9. Tornado with a 19.7 as he crosses the line now. Runner still holding a near half a second gap to Tornado.
Yeah, Tornado did his first lap on the mediums, which is interesting, and it's not a bad lap actually on the medium tyres, but shows that he maybe either want to save the tyres, he's confident to go through Q1, or he just doesn't want to show his hand on base.
Yeah, I mean, he's over almost a quarter of a second ahead of Jankus Logan, who's definitely no slouch in Div 1, but Tornado might be able to get to Q2 on those mediums. Next man across the line, RSF1 Invade. He puts up a 20.0, and Muddy Biscuit with a 20.3. And hello everyone. How are we all doing tonight? Max Stappen with a 19.9, just 17 thousandths of a second off the back of Jankus Logan. Got Evo and Aldaf on outlaps right now. Got a lot of guys who haven't even come out of the pits yet, including Verizon 40, Crazy Fish, Baba John, Grunty, Dan Burnett, Ipswich Techers, Ice Boy Fox, Drastic Blaze.
There's a lot of new drivers here tonight, obviously. Those behind the scenes, because obviously we've struggled with numbers, have done the work to get new drivers in and have a few reserves in tonight as well. Babajan, I believe, is one of them. I think you've got Harry Joe and Aston as well. Max Stappen, who I think has raced before. First couple of races, I seem to remember the name. Well, knows the name obviously in real life, but yeah, I believe they're in there as well. But it's good to see, you know, even if you're a reserve driver, as long as you attend, you will get a race seat.
Oh, no! No, it's Aldaf in the wall out of the exit of the second Lesmos corner. Oh, you hate to see it happen. And that's a session already done. Next man across the line will be Evo, so we're going to do the typical days onboard lap with him now as he comes through Parabolica. He's on the medium tires for this first run, 11 minutes left in the session. Out of Parabolica now, across the line, opens up the DRS. Top speed down here is going to be very important. 219 for Evo, might be going a little higher on the wings than others. Curva Grande now. Probably the only corner I like on this track outside of Lesmos, Parabolica. Can't stand the chicanes. 26.2 through the first sector out of De La Raja now, on the run to Lesmos 1. Fifth gear, about half throttle through there. Very aggressive through the second one, opens up the DRS now. 52.9 top speed, 215 miles an hour, cuts the corner, keeps it valid though. Very poor run through Ascari on the exit now. Down the back straight to Parabolica. Fifth gear. To the line, it's going to be a 120.0. It's a very good lap, but he's on the mediums. Or a very good lap on the mediums, but he's currently P7 out of 9 drivers who've put up a lap time. Go down the list a little further. We get Ipswich Techers just finished Sector 1. Grunty.
Crazy Fish Ferrari next.
Okay, we're going over to him. 53.29 through the first 2 sectors through Parabolica now. What can the Ferrari do here at their home track? It's going to be a 19.8 flat. It's P4. Now we've got him getting out of the way. I was about to say he's blocking the Alfa Romeo coming out of the pits, but For obvious reasons, it's not really going to count as a penalty because he's trying to get out of the way of the Williams that was behind him. And I don't think JD Devilnuke realizes that no one's behind them. Last man across the line now, Ipswich Techers with a 20.1. It's P10 for the Haas.
Lap from runner red and a 19.2 looks very ominous as every driver crosses the line. He's still got half a second on the entire field.
Yeah. And Evo pulling into the pits now, so the next man across the line will be the Alpine of Verizon 40, who's left the Iscari chicane. Top speed down the backstretch of 209 miles an hour. Across the line, it's going to be a 19.722. It's P3 for the Alpine. Following him is his teammate Dan Burnett, starting his hot lap now. JD Devilnuke also starting a hot lap now.
Ice Boy Fox and Ferrari is about to finish.
Baba John has pulled into the pits. And he takes P2 with that lap.
I saw he got a very nice slipstream from Crazy Fish, who was just going into the pit. So it's the Ferrari doing their traditional slipstream in Monza, even in games. So that's a good lap from Ice Boy Fox, who is another driver. Another driver I forgot to mention. He's reserve jumping in today. So good stuff.
Yeah, we actually have 6 reserves. Iceboy Fox currently the highest runner, Runner and Iceboy Fox are both reserves on the front row right now. Outside of them, you've also got Baba John, Harry Joe, Ipswich Techers, and Max Stappen. Dan Burnett, who I think just got a toe off of his teammate down the backstretch. Across the line now, what's he going to put up? It's going to be a 19.585. He's 1/1000th of a second off of Iceboy Fox. It's P3 for the Alpine. Tornado has retired in the pits. He's already done with the session. He is more than satisfied with his lap. And I don't know if I can really blame him. You got a lap that good on mediums, you're pretty much guaranteed to be top 5 in Q3. As long as he doesn't mess it up in Q2.
Well, he only needs to beat 3 drivers, and obviously Aldaf's already crashed. We're waiting on 2 more drivers to be eliminated.
A drastic blaze here through the Iscari chicane. Yeah, numbers in Div 1 certainly are too high.
They can't win, can they? If they're too low, it's like, oh, what's going on? And then if they're too high, it's like, there's too many. Here comes Blaze. Go straight up.
He gets P8. Verizon 40 has retired in the pits. He's currently setting P5.
Yeah, I reckon top 7, maybe Blaze was just about 5, but it is very close. It is 3/10 from 4th down to 13th, so they're all bunched together. We'll get a couple of surprises.
The 2 that have already retired have just got to hope that that everyone doesn't start using a toe on each other. Harry Joe improving by 1/100th of a second through the first 2 sectors. He's going to have to find quite a bit of time in the final sector here to even be P14. Oh, he goes very wide through Parabolica, and he's going to back out.
Invade, who is currently 12th in the chat, said, does he need to go out again? Probably. Because if Evo puts on a set of softs, he should improve.
I'd say anyone outside of the top 8 should be going out at least one more time.
Yeah, just to be safe. Because,
even Crazy Fish.
Yeah. Yeah, go faster. Yeah, that's the answer. Yeah. Someone else is saying, yeah, go faster.
I mean, hey, going faster fixes all problems.
Evo just going for a scurry now. He's going to get a nice little slipstream from.
And oh, Crazy Fish is retired in the pits.
If everybody finds a lot of time, that might be troublesome.
Evo across the line is going to improve by over half a second. It's up to P2 for the Alpha Tauri. We're going to get on board with Max Stappen, see how much of a tow he gets off of his teammate. Not much, if any at all. Oh, that Williams was so close to blocking him. That was dangerously close to being contact there. Improved the first sector by almost 200ths of a second. Not much, though. That's not much. This rate, he might overtake Jangus Logan. I should say, at the rate, if he continues to improve at the rate, he will overtake Jangus Logan. That would be it.
JD Devil, sorry, has just lost at Parabolica and loses it again under the pits. So he is done. He's in the pits. He won't get back out again.
Yeah. Quite a tragic way to end the session. Grunty, Jurassic Blaze, and Devil Noob all retired from the session just now. Max Stappen coming through Parabolica now. On the exit, hugging the inside line. Well, not as hard as I thought he would be, but it crossed the line at P7. He finds almost a quarter of a second. It's a 19.737. It's just ahead of Muddy Biscuit. As of right now, JD, oh my god, Ipswich Techers loses the rear end, and that's going to be his lap done and over with. He's not going to have enough fuel to do another lap, so that's going to be it for the Haas. He's just got to hope that the bottom two on track right now, or on the grid right now, don't improve. Harry Joe's coming through Sector 1 now, through Curva Grande, and Baba John is invalidated, so Ipswich Techers is safe no matter what happens. And Baba John's retired on the track. That is definitely going to cause an issue. Harry Joe through the first sector. Only improved, I think it said improved by 1,000th or lost 1,000th. I'm not sure. Muddy Biscuit is retired at the pits. JD Devil Noob, I imagine, watching Harry Joe with the utmost interest. I didn't even see his improvement through the first two sectors. He's over a quarter of a second improved. He's just got to hope he doesn't mess it all up in the final corner on the run to Parabolica.
He had a big moment for Ascari, though. I don't know whether that'll cost him. Big wobble. He nearly lost the car.
And across the line now. And it's going to be more than enough to take a P15 away from JD Devil Noob. So your bottom three, Aldaf, Baba John, and JD Devil Noob. As Harry Joe takes P15 with a 20.285. Ipswich Techers, I imagine, is breathing a huge sigh of relief as well. Even if he gotten overtaken, he would have gotten the Q2, but after losing it out of the first Lesmos, I don't think he knew he was going to make it to Q2 until Baba John invalidated. Jangus Logan P13 as well, probably feeling quite glad he was able to get to Q2. Crazy Fish retired pretty early, and he ended up getting P12. Jurassic Blaze P11, followed by Grunty, Muddy Biscuit, Max Stappen, Verizon 40 Tornado, Invade, who's coming into the pits now. Dan Burnett, Ice Boy Fox, Evo, and Runnard is your pole sitter for after the first session. Takes pole by over a quarter of a second.
And Evo, Tornado, and Blaze all went through on the medium tires, so obviously going into Q2 and beyond, you'd expect them to be a little bit quicker than what they produce, but very good laps on those mediums. 6 drivers up to 19.7 from 6th down to 10th. No, 6th down to 11th, sorry. It's less than a 10th covering a whole lot of them. So very, very close, which hopefully will continue to the top 10, deciding the top 10 in Q2, because this could be quite close, and we could see a few big surprises being knocked out the next session.
No, really, if you removed runner, the 2nd to 15th is incredibly close. Less than 0.8 separate them. Again, your bottom 3, Aldaf, Baba John, and JD Devil Noob.
It's the team with the most world championships won, most Grand Prix wins,
right,
most pole positions, and most race entries.
Days, have you seen the liveries so far? The Haas, the Williams, and the Stake F1.
I saw the Haas. I like the Haas. It's not like, I don't know if it's much better than last year's. It's kind of the same to me. And I don't mean in look. I just mean like how much I like it. It's like, yeah, it's an alright scheme. It looks good.
Yeah.
McLaren, I can't even remember what the new McLaren looks like.
That was a tease. It's not an official livery, apparently. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
apparently, it's what
never
someone
mind
said.
On that one. So there's a new Haas, there's a new Williams. The Sauber has been released. Unleashed. What?
But that's what they said is unleashed. So
the Sauber one looks weird. I don't think it's bad. It's just weird.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same with it. I like it because let's face it, unless someone completely comes out of nowhere, that's going to be the most difference from like last year in terms of deliveries on the grid. I don't think anybody really. I mean, Red Bull on, Mercedes, maybe
Red
going
Bull,
back.
Mercedes, Ferrari are definitely not changing their liveries, at least not by much. Ferrari might be the one team that doesn't change like at all. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the exact same car. Like, yep, that's Ferrari for you.
You remember that little bit of yellow that they had for the Italian Grand Prix? Wouldn't mind if they had that permanent. Because I kind of like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah,
the first man to cross the line.
The fact that the Sauber is actually different. You know, it's like when Racing Point became pink. You know, it's something different. It's going to stand out. So,
I mean, I like that they changed the Racing Point look, but at the same time, I didn't like that it was pink.
Yeah.
Because I loved the Force India look. That always looked so clean. Honestly, I wish that Vijay Mallya hadn't screwed over Force India, is how I'll put it.
Mm-hmm.
The Williams, I love the Williams. I mean, I'm a biased Williams fan, so of course I'm gonna love it. I hated the white Williams when Kubica and Russell was a rookie. I hated that car. It looked awful. After Martini left, and then that's how the car looked, it was just dreadful. Crazy Fish has invalidated his lap, so we're going to go back to
Runty.
The guy behind him. Runty?
So
I just passed him. I don't know how I didn't notice that.
Would be Grunty, but he is sweeping an Aston Martin right behind him. Muddy Biscuit.
Yeah,
so whether that's intentional.
Muddy Biscuit's probably going to have a better lap than he will. Grunty across the line is going to put up a 120.14, and it's a 20.091 for Muddy. Muddy only half a tenth faster with the slipstream. It's a little worrying.
Yeah, both laps. Not fit. There we go.
Wow.
He's still on the mediums.
Yeah.
It's me. What are you holding
Can't
back
blame
here,
him too
boys?
much. A 20 flat for Genghis Logan.
Oh, no, that's a superb lap from Jenkins.
A
Try and do that lap again.
19.6 for Evo. Wow. Top two, both on a set of medium tires. And also, basically 4/10 ahead of Genghis Logan. And you got Invade, who had the 20.5, just not the kind of lap I imagine he wanted.
Comes around a red. A 19.7 this time. Got a 19.2 in Q1, so there's time there. Could be on the same set of tyres.
You got Crazy Fish now with a 20 point, slightly under a 20.3, 299 P8 for him now. Get Ipswich Techers not far behind. Is he going to get a toe off the Ferrari, or is he just going to immediately get out of the way? Look ahead, he's definitely out of the way. Ice Boy Fox across the line now. He's going to take a 20.042. It's P7 for him.
Oh, there's an Alpine round. Dan Burnett spun it Parabolica, and he's not moving at all.
He's got to get himself turned around now.
Ooh.
He's ghosted. He does not matter what happens. He's just got to get himself turned around. Ooh, and Verizon 40 invalidates his lap through Parabolica. Dan Burnett also pulling into the pits. Yeah, Max Stappen looks like he'll probably be coming in this time by. So we're going to go over to Ipswich Techers, who's coming through Parabolica now. The key through Parabolica is not to go wide at all. You run wide and you lose a lot more time than you'll gain. It's a 19.722 for Ipswich Techers. He's 16 thousandths of a second off the back of Runnard.
Yeah, I kind of label this track as easy to learn, but really hard to be like quick. Because
yeah, it's pretty easy, but it's also a giant pain.
Yeah, key to be quick around here, especially during qualifying, is hitting those chicanes. Obviously, you got
key is having a toe.
I mean that as well. I mean in the race, it's going to be the RS train.
Even if you do piss poor through the chicanes, if you've got to toe down the pit street, the back straight, or this straight here, it doesn't matter how bad you do. You will have a decent lap at least.
Yeah. And obviously, what tends to happen as well is when you're doing the setup, it's very, very low wings. It's less than 10 on the front, as Harry Chung makes a big mistake for the Lesmos. I think that's his lap going to be gone. So, am I right in saying that Drastic Blaze has won 3 out of the 4 races so far coming into this? The only race he didn't win was the sprint race last time out.
Harry Joe across the line with a 21.1 on the mediums. I imagine he's definitely going to want a toe off of Muddy Biscuit. I don't know if he's going to get it, though. And he has, for some reason, completely skipped the turn 1 chicane and decided to take the escape road. Okay. He had no one behind him, so he didn't have to do that. Next man across the line will be the Mercedes Jangis Logan, currently sitting at a 1 minute and 22nd lap in P7. I mean, as I was saying, like, driving this track isn't hard. It's just once you get into a league race, it's you wish you didn't have hands. Sometimes
Yeah.
it is just such a pain to drive. Unless you're either in a really weak division or everyone around you decides to just figure out what it's like to hit a barrier at light speed, it is just exhausting to do more than like 5 laps here.
Yeah.
And I did a league where one of the time trials was Monza, and they were like, "Do at least 15 laps of the track." I did 3 because after that I was about to pass out. I was like, "All right, I'm tired of this. I want to go take a nap."
Yeah.
It's also why I didn't like this league being like, "Hey, we're doing France as a time trial track again." It's like, why? Why?
Now.
Jan gets Logan across the line over 2/10 improvement. It's up to P5 for him, so he's definitely getting himself a lot more safe from Q2 elimination here. I don't know if he's completely safe yet, though.
Tough to say. I'm on board with Crazy Fish that's coming around Parabolica now. He's almost half a second up through the middle sector, and this final sector looks pretty good, so this should put him top 5 maybe. Oh, second.
Oh, wow, yeah. He nearly had pole. So his first lap must have been awful.
Yeah.
It said he improved by over 7/10. You don't find 7/10 here unless your first lap sucked.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to see for me because I'm using his setup currently at the moment because we were doing a bit of practice earlier, and he said what rings he was running, so I used them. I was doing a bit of time trial, and I randomly found there's 3/10 with his wing setup. Like, okay, can I use your setup? Well, let's be honest, you can just pick up anybody's setup in time trial now. But yeah, it's good to see he's doing well because it's obviously showing that he does have a good setup on board.
Evo and Ipswich Techers have also retired from the session. I'm not sure if Techers was safe, but I guess we're going to find out here in the final 3.5 minutes of the session. Dan Burnett, a very aggressive ride up the curb there at De La Raja.
Yeah, that's not what you want to do. You're kind of aiming for the car to just go, oh,
okay. Yeah, that's definitely going to scrub off a lot of speed. And he completely lifts off. He's trying to save his ERS now.
Yeah, you want to hit those curves exactly right. You need to kind of go over them, really. It's a very fine line because if you hit the curves the wrong way and you saw what happened, you sometimes go on 2 wheels. It's obviously not what you want to do. He looks pretty good. Half a second up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Half a second. That's... I mean, he did put up a 20.1. That's not exactly the kind of lap you'd expect from a guy like Grunty. Coming towards Parabolica now. Crazy Fish is retired from the session and across. Wow, and it's pole position for Grunty. Fantastic lap from the McLaren driver. Speaking of McLaren's, next man across the line will be his teammate, fellow McLaren. No, it won't! Oh, no!
What was
Best
that?
case scenario, he's getting P10. Oh, that's a tragedy. And I think I saw Dan Burnett also go very deep in the exit of Parabolica. Currently, his best lap is a 1:30. Verizon 40 across the line is going to take P5 with a 19.6. Across the line, it's a 21.7 for Dan Burnett. I don't think he's going to be able to improve that lap time. And, oh, Verizon 40's crashed. What happened? Oh my God, he crashed on the pits. He crashed on the main straight. I'm at a loss. How does that even happen? And no one around him. I don't even know. Muddy Biscuits in P7. He's taken a 19.738 that puts Verizon 40 still in the bottom, or still in the top 10 technically, since he put up a 19.6. If he wouldn't have crashed, he'd be P5 right now. Ice Boy Fox, is this a hot lap from him now? Dan Burnett gonna see if he can improve his lap time. I don't think he is though. He's currently at a minute. So we're gonna go back over to Ice Boy Fox. Checkered flag now waves for the session. Well, we got Max Stappen. I completely forgot about him. He's got a chance to knock out Invade here. Invade, the next man behind him. Max Stappen out of Parabolica now. And across the line, it's going to be a 19.583. It's P4 for him. Invade out of the session. He dives into the pits. He wasn't improving on that lap. Muddy Biscuit, the next man to cross the line. And he's not going to improve. He's coming into the pits as well. Jengis Logan. Across the line, goes pole. It's a 19.27. It's almost a 10th above everybody else. Ice Boy Fox knocks Muddy Biscuit out of Q3. It's P7 for the Ferrari, a 19.618. In pole position, once again, Jengis Logan with a 19.27, almost a 10th ahead of Grunty. A phenomenal lap from the Mercedes driver, and certainly not what I expected to see here. Yeah, Verizon, that's why once I complete my lap, if I don't have anyone behind me, I just pause.
Yeah. Once again, Blaze and Eva went through on the medium tires.
Oh, dude, they're going to have so many sets of softs to use in this session.
That must be the same set of mediums that they use in Q1.
It is. It definitely is, because you only get the one set to use in quali. They don't give you two sets. Even if you go with the harder strategy for harder tire allocation, you still get only one medium set for the race, or for the qualifying sessions. Your bottom six: Dan Burnett, Harry, Joe, Tornado, Invade, Muddy Biscuit, and Verizon 40 after he crashed after crossing the line.
Yeah, surprised to see Muddy Biscuit and Invade out, but that just shows how close the top 10, or in this case top 9, is going to be, because even a 10th would have made them perfectly safe. That meant somebody else going out, so very, very close field. It's great to see. But see how this Q3 gets along.
Max Verstappen became the youngest winner of a GP at just 18 years and 200.
We've got a new driver planning on going on to the mediums for this session. It's Jengis Logan. I don't think he did that at all in Q1 or Q2, but here in Q3, he's going on to the mediums to start the session.
That would
First man
indicate
out of the pits is the Haas of Ipswich Techers.
That would indicate to me, I think Genghis has only one set of softs left.
We got runner going on to wets. That is not allowed. Hopefully he doesn't go out on those.
I don't even know why he's even selecting them, to be honest.
hybrid era of F1 car development. The biggest change being the engines, which were changed from 2.4 litre V8 engines.
I hope he doesn't go out on them anyway, because he's silly.
He could go on to the mediums. I don't think he used a set of mediums at all in Q1 or Q2, so if he does a lap or two on the mediums, he'll be perfectly fine, but... Okay, Cat, please move. Move your butt. Thank you. Everyone's out of the pits except Runnard. And again, just gotta hope he doesn't go out on those full wets, because that is a penalty. I'm not sure what the penalty is for that now, but I know when I first got here in RSF1, there was a guy who went on to the inters, and I think he got like a 10-second penalty. I genuinely can't remember. It's been so long since I've focused on that. Ipswich Tekker's the first man across the line now. He's got a top speed of 220 miles an hour down the main straight, down to 42 miles an hour through the first chicane. Through Curva Grande now. That's a 26.3 through the first sector. Lesmos now, he's about half throttle, maybe 40% throttle through the first one. Well, 10% throttle through the second one. $52.9 through the first two sectors. What more can the Haas driver find through this final sector as he exits Ascari now? Out of Parabolica now. Ipswich Tekker's is going to put up a 19.4. Much faster first time of the session than the previous two had.
Yeah, we saw 19.2 in Q2, so, but that should be pretty decent. Good first lap anyway.
Across the line, it's going to be a 19.588 for Crazy Fish.
Ice Boy's gone.
Ice Boy Fox has crashed. He's out of the session. What's happened? Looks like he may have lost it. In Parabolica, not sure how. It's an 18.9 for Evo. We're right on board with Grunty here for this lap, as it's going to be a 20.071. It's a 20.0 for Genghis. Wow. Blaze with an 18.933. And good news, Runnard is out of the pits and he's on a set of softs, so he did not go out on those full wets that we saw earlier.
Well, that shows the kind of pace that Evo and Blaze were hiding on those medium tyres. Right into the 18s.
I mean, look at this. They're over... Not over. They're almost Blaze is almost half a second ahead of Ipswich Tekker's. Genghis Logan put up a 19.2 at the end of Q2, so I'm predicting he'll probably put up an 18.8 or an 18.9 at the end of Q3 here.
That's if he can nail that Q2 lap again.
Yeah, he's got it. That's the key. He's got to nail his final lap. 52.63 through the first two sectors for Max Stappen on the exit of Ascari now, coming down the back straight. And Max Stappen has completely backed off. And he's going to pull into the pits now. 221 miles an hour top speed for Runnard.
Nice exit for that first chicane, and then Parabolica, you're just hugging this inside curve, really.
Curva Grande, but yeah.
Yeah.
26.096 through the first sector. It's a pretty good job avoiding the big fat curbs at De La Raja. Through Lesmos. Second Lesmos now. He's opening the DRS down the second and only other DRS straight. .52.4 through the first two sectors. Very good run through the second sector.
Yeah, the curb caught him a little bit for Ascari, so that might have cost him a little bit.
Maybe half a tenth or so. Depends. Out of Parabolica now. And across the line. What's it going to be? It's a 19.048. That is quite a lap there.
Very fine margins, that very small mistake for Ascari. Because I was on board that entire lap, that was the only fault. As you say, half a tenth would have probably cost him, or about a tenth, and that's what it is from him in the front row.
It may have cost him more than a tenth.
Yeah.
It really depends. Especially if you're comparing his lap to Drastic and Evo's. It may have cost him over a full tenth. That might have been the difference between pole and, well, P3 here. Ow. Ow, please stop. Ow.
Look at the Blaze and Evo. Very close to getting on track. The two up and running red as well. These three, I would say, are battling for pole unless someone gets a lap out of nowhere.
And Max Verstappen could.
Yeah.
We haven't even seen a lap from him yet in here in Q3. That's the thing with Div 1 is sometimes you have guys who will put in about 65, 70% effort in their Q1 and Q2 laps, and even in their first Q3 lap, and then the end of Q3, they just absolutely kill it. Although we haven't had a full quali till now, so really in that case it'd be more of they put in a really bad lap to start, and then they go absolutely ham at the end. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. Drastic Blaze in Evo, it's certainly worked in their favors. You saw Jengus Logan it work out for him when he put up pole position in Q2. Can he replicate that lap or improve on said lap? If he replicates it, he'll put himself P4. Drastic Blaze incredibly fast on the line of traction and losing it through Lesmos. First sector, he's caught a half a tenth through the first two sectors.
Evo behind him is enough flyers 3 tenths up.
Oh boy, that could be a pole position for Evo. Drastic is going to have to find 2 tenths through this corner alone then. Out of Parabolica now and across the line. What's he going to put up? It's going to be an 8.16 and Evo across the line. F18.5.
Jesus.
Wow. All right. And if you look at the gap to leader instead of the gap to pole, or the fastest lap, look at that gap there. Absolutely incredible. 18.577 for Evo.
Both pushing each other to new boundaries. As Crazy Fish jumps up to 4th. The 19.
Just over 2 tenths improvement.
Yeah, 19.3. It's not a bad lap, but 19.5.
Yeah, no. 19.3 is phenomenal lap, and 18.5 is just. I mean, wow. That's crazy. Drastic Blaze has that kind of race pace. He might pull out a DRS before it's activated.
It's impressive from the pair of them, but it's also scary at the same time, especially if you're in the league of RSF1 like I'm in Div 2, with the hope of trying to be promoted to Div 1 for next season. I'm like, oh, okay, Yeah, these are the times.
Oh man, if I was even half as fast as a Div 2 driver, and I was like, and everyone was like, "Hey, you might get promoted to Div 1 next season," I'd see this whole time and immediately go, "Haha, no, thank you."
Yeah, no thanks.
I wouldn't even think of that. I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'll just stay here and be mid in Div 2." And jeez, man.
Right, Techers.
Thankfully for me, I don't have to worry about getting promoted because I'm bottom of F4.
Because there's a 10th down coming through the middle sector. And battling with Crazy Fish in the middle row.
Ooh, and it's an invalidation. Ipswich Techers' best hopes now are qualifying P5. Hoping Grunty and Jangus don't improve enough to take it. 26-0 for Max Stappen through the first sector.
So there's a 26-0. That has matched Evo's first sector time. Just looking at the laps there.
How much time has he found through this middle sector, though, is the question. It's a 52.775. Drastic Blaze is pulled into the pits and retired. Wow, Max Stappen went incredibly wide and ran into the gravel. I don't know if he's going to be able to put up pole here.
Yeah, he was
second down, I would say, off of Evo.
Yeah, he was 4/10 down middle sector.
Across the line, it's 20.091. It's P8. Only passes Iceboy Fox. Next man to cross the line will be Grunty.
He was half a second up in the middle sector, so this will put him around about Crazy Fish and Techers. Maybe even higher if he gets Parabolica right, which I think he has.
Might have. Across the line. It's a 19-1. Wow. Way ahead of Crazy Fish. Jangus Logan over exactly 3.5 tenths up on his time. If he continues that trend, we could be looking at a 19.4. He goes wide and he's backed off completely. And that's it. So Evo takes pole position with an 18.577, almost a quarter of a second ahead of Blaze. Followed by Runner, Grunty, Crazy Fish, Techers, Jangus Logan, Max Stappen, and Iceboy Fox. And I'm not sure if he meant or why people have been backing out so hard after they go wide through Parabolica. If anything, you do not gain time going wide through Parabolica. Even if you kept it full throttle, it would not make sense to back off there. You're not gaining time. Trust me. Like, I think if he had finished that lap, he probably would have improved his lap by like half a tenth or something. You lose so much time going wide there. And I would know because I am a master of going wide at corners you shouldn't go wide at. Don't believe me, just watch my weekly streams on Friday. Trust me, you'll find out that I am mid as hell.
So the front row are the two
that are best.
The front row is the two early pace setters of the season, Evo and Blaze. Obviously, Blaze, 3 wins out of 4, I believe, coming into this race. Evo's been thereabouts, was only 2 tenths off the win last time out in the main race of Vegas. And he beat Evo. Can he beat Blaze this time around this circuit? But of course, then you've got Runner Ed, who's arrived, has immediately made his mark. Of course, new driver, pops it up into 3rd place, challenging the two that have been, I would have said running away, but, you know, pushing each other to be faster, and they've got a bit of a gap over the field because of it. But the races could end up completely different. So I think Grunty will be happy with 4th place as well, because he had a difficult race in Vegas. He's back up there. Crazy Fish, I think, will be happy as well. The prize is money, but someone's readied up already. That's That's far too
Oh,
early.
man. Yeah, definitely too early. Well, looks like we're going to be doing our race rundown, starting grid rundown from the back to the front. We've got Aldaf on the mediums, Baba John on the softs, JD Devil Noob on the mediums, softs for Dan Burnett, Harry Joe on the mediums, Tornado on the hards, both Invade and Muddy Biscuit on the mediums. We got Verizon 40 on the softs, Ice Boy Fox on the mediums, hards for Max Stappen, mediums for Jangus Logan, hards for Ipswich Deckers, the red sauce for the red car of the Ferrari of Crazy Fish. Got Grunty, Runnard, Blaze on the hards, and our pole sitter SLR Evo on the mediums.
That is some interesting tyre selection there. Days, because you've got hard tyres there, you've got soft tyres selection in there, you've got mediums.
The hards
Okay.
make sense. The mediums I can understand. The softs I am not quite sure on. Unless they are predicting a two-stop. Taking softs more than like 7 laps is a really tough task around here. Last game you could take softs about 10 laps. Here, this game it's tough to take them more than 7. Like really, really tough.
I'd be interested to see which one works out, because what I found, and obviously every week, is I always watch like this division just to see what tyre strategy is the way to go, and then you'll find that every other division goes kind of the meta, like the strategy you should. But let's see what happens. I mean, Crazy Fish is going to make gains past every hard driver that he has in front of him. Of course, Evo won a gap. The one's directly behind.
All right. Switch Techers gets a misalignment on the grid, and we are simply waiting for Aldaf. Baba John with a misalignment on the grid as well. Four, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. Doesn't look like anyone really gets a great start except for the Red Bull of Runnard, who's right up on the gearbox of Evo. Now they're side by side, and I'm getting a terrible angle from this. Oh, Evo very deep braking, and oh, it looks like Jurassic Blaze is around and he's off. What's happened? He's lost 8 spots. He's down to P10. Because both the Mercedes drivers of Invade and Jangus Logan side by side. Invade backs out. Jangus looking to go. Oh, bit of contact between him and Ipswich Techers. Here's Jurassic Blaze has lost 8 spots. Oh, and we got a bunch of people crashed. 3 people are out.
Oh my god.
Wow, Harry Cho spun out apparently at the chicane. Oh, Dan Burnett, JD Devil Noob, and Ipswich Techers are all out of the race after not even half a lap down.
How's that a virtual? That's 3 cars out on the spot.
No, it's a full safety car.
Oh, no,
it's
I
a
was
full
gonna say.
safety car.
I was gonna say.
It was a virtual for a solid second there. I was completely shocked.
Yeah,
I was like, you're telling me that's a virtual safety car? I don't even.
I saw at the back, because I was keeping an eye on the back of the grid. Max Stappen and Muddy Biscuit, I think, got connected with each other. Max Stappen was at the wall. The next thing I hear or then see is like cars all over the place. There was a lot of broken front wings out of that first chicane. Counted at least 4 or 5, and there's
And look at this.
7, 8.
We've got 8 people in the pits. I think all of them are getting wing changes. I'm not even. Muddy Biscuit went from the pits to the track immediately. What incarnation has just happened?
Blaze is the host, has just left the lobby. So
Oh God.
I got him back, but hopefully that shouldn't cause any more problems after that.
It won't matter. I don't. Man. Okay. That was something.
Well, probably the biggest pileup we've had so far in all the divisions, especially on the first lap.
I don't even know what that was. Our biggest winner after that, all that happened, was Aldaf, and we got Verizon 40 in the wall. What has happened? What was that? What? Okay, there's got to be something wrong with the lobby. Is there something wrong with the lobby?
Let me just check something.
Yeah,
let me check on Discord.
Verizon 40 just got taken out, or maybe he crashed himself out. I don't even know. It just... The biggest winner after this all happened is Aldaf, who gained 13 spots, 11 spots gained for Baba John. Okay.
Right, so the thing I would say right here is it should, unless that's there's a like a lobby thing for the drivers, which they're not saying at the moment. It's not a restart. I'll say that for sure, because yes, pre-retired on the spot, but that doesn't demand restart. It's just one of those things. It's called racing, is what happened. Yeah, I don't know what's happened to Verizon.
Yeah, I don't...
No, it's not a restart. It's not a restart. We're carrying on. I know. Ugh.
So, yeah, wow, that happened. The early ready up, unfortunately, has completely screwed a lot of people, including the 3 of the 4 that are out. Verizon said the reason he crashed was just a Verizon moment.
Yeah. Well, yes, somebody ready up, but we still had a formation lap, so everybody was here. So it's...
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a shame for Dan Burnett, because I'd even seen at the start he gained like 7-8 places on those soft tires, so he'd started really well. We didn't see what happened, but hopefully...
I mean, I kind of saw like a bit of an accordion effect, and then all of a sudden 3 people had crashed out in like the blink of an eye. So my brain was like 2 seconds behind what happened in real life. I was just like, huh? What? What's going on? And then 3 people were out. And I'm like, okay, wow, okay. That happened. I didn't even know how to react or what to do or what to say. It was just one moment everyone was fine, and then all of a sudden they all just crunched together, and yeah, here we are. And we had 8 people pit. How many of those 8, or I guess 10, because both of the McLarens pit again. I'm not sure if they pit just to have better tires, or if one of them forgot to wing change or what, but...
I have a small theory what they're trying to do, although it is bold. Because they're going onto the hard tires, they might be going hard tires to the end. And not
that won't work. I cannot imagine that'll work unless another safety car or even 2 come out.
Horizon, a restart would only occur if it's like multiple cars, like worse than 3. Yes, it was a bit rough that start, but that is a racing. It's not a restart. Otherwise, you'd be restarting like 3 or 4 times a race if you had that every single time. It was just one of those things. People were close. It happened, but safety car restart.
I was gonna say the crash itself doesn't constitute a restart. The I feel like early ready up should be, but Petronas did clarify that it hasn't been a restart. maybe someone makes a suggestion to change that to a restart. I definitely wouldn't oppose it. I feel like if you ready up early, it should be a restart because that completely screws a lot of people.
Early ready up, and there's no formation up aim either. Right, restart here, and Evo, what is going on between?
And it looks like Evo's gone now.
Me.
Doesn't really catch Runner out at all. Right, no one gets caught out. Oh, except Aldaf. Aldaf got caught out a lot. Getting passed by Baba John now. Oh, and Baba John, Jesus! Oh, and he's taken out Invade. Oh, you cannot be serious. Oh, come on. You got it. You can't do that. Angus Logan getting past Aldaf in the Red Bull. And Ipswich Techers has left the session.
It's one of the
Just a tragic way for his race to end, pretty much before it really began.
Evening Cornish, you missed all the drama.
Yeah, you missed a lot.
Right, so those that have stopped, Cengiz is the highest of those that have stopped. He's on the hard tyres at the moment. It gets a big wobble for Ascari though, and Aldaf might be back on him. We got Crazy Fish as well.
Crazy Fish is right on the gearbox of these two. Where's he gonna go though? Chooses to back out a little bit. Oh God, no! Oh, and they might both be out. And it's a full course safety car again. Oh, all I saw was Aldaf starting to lose the rear.
Tornado's out the line.
Tornado? Tornado's crashed. What's happened? Is he on the track or is he in the pit? I think I see his car on the track. What happened? Okay, I got no angle of it. I'm sorry, folks. I'm trying to find one, but I couldn't get one. That was something.
I saw a spinning Aston Martin, which I would presume was Harry Joe, on the line, and presumably, because Tornado, well, it's just something else, that Tornado hit the back of him.
Okay, what do we do? What do we even say at this point right now?
There's 5 people out, we got 2 safety cars, and yeah.
I mean, we started with 18 and we're already down 5 people.
Yeah.
It's not even the end of lap 6. We're literally starting sector 3 of lap 6 and 5 people are out. We've had 2 safety cars.
Right, so
I mean, the top, like... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I would assume now that Evo, Blaze, and Runner Red are gonna pit.
Well, I was on board with Crazy Fish and got the perfect seat for it. I saw Aldaf lose the rear end a bit, bump into Cengiz, and then they both went into the outside wall there. Baba John gets the first 3-second time penalty of the race. Iceboy Fox, Max Stappen, and Harry Joe all pitting. Max Stappen going on to his hards he started on. Iceboy Fox also going on to the tires he started on being a set of mediums, and Harry Joe onto a brand new set of mediums.
Dramatic start. Very dramatic start. I mean, on the flip side, this is better than going round and round in circles in DRS trains. I mean, it's not great to look on the inside. I mean, let's be honest, if this was a real life race, and you were watching it, and especially if we saw, like, 13 drivers left, and you had, like, teams that don't normally score points in points positions, because, whoever's left, great for them, you can get some good points out of it. Obviously, it's a shame for those that have gone. Oh, Cornish is just reminding me, both Alpines are out. I now drive full time for Alpine, and they're both out. So no points for us.
Oof.
That's good. Who do you drive for? Yeah, Chona's saying this would be a red flag if this was real life. Probably.
And the 3-car wreck at the very beginning should have been a red flag, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know how that wasn't a red flag. If there was ever a time to have a red flag in this league, that right there should have been it. I don't know if red flags are off or not. I don't know, but
Cornish,
I know that.
Cornish in the chat would answer that question. Cornish, is red flag actually? Never mind, I can check. Red flag on stand. Well, they're on standard apparently, or at least they should be.
Whoa! I've just seen the replay of what happened on JD's viewpoint. Someone ahead of Dan Burnett, I think, crashed or like brake checked everyone. I'm not quite sure.
Won't be a brake check.
Ipswich Techers and Dan Burnett both spun, and that's what caused the whole jumble of you know what.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That is insane, dude. I mean, wow. That was something. Wow. I would have been a lot more upset than he was, frankly. You would have heard a lot of words that I at least try not to say on stream.
Yeah. Right, so the only ones that haven't pitted in all of this with 2 safety cars.
I have a clip if you want to see it. Dude, send it in. I will watch it if this race ends up getting as boring as I predicted it to be. Most of the races I ever commentate on Monza end up being snooze fest, so I was predicting that to be the case here. I figured it would be Evo and Blaze just driving off. Whoa! Speaking of, Evo's gone off a mile, and Blaze gets caught out. Look at how much space there is between Blaze and runners. You could fit a continent between the two. That is insane. Did it with Muddy Biscuit and Crazy Fish. What are these guys doing? They just decided to fall asleep at the wheel. Oh my God!
Was Blaze running? Blaze running away. Was Blaze looking
Jenkins
away?
Gets an overtake on Aldaf. Look at this. I mean, Evo got a huge jump on Runnard, and Runnard / Blaze Evo just got an absolutely immaculate jump on Blaze. It's like 3rd, 4th, and 5th all just passed out before the start. Grunty now in P5 ahead of Muddy Biscuit. Invade on the back of Muddy Biscuit. Iceboy Fox on the back of Baba John. I swear I've seen this game tag before, or gamer tag before. I'm not sure if I've seen it in like time trials or what, but I've seen it somewhere. Perhaps another league. I don't know. I'd have to ask the guy.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Runner Red. The pace he's had in qualifying is just up in the rain of race. He's yet to pit, as is the top 2. Crazy Fish is the highest of those that has stopped. Grunty's pitted twice. On the hard tyres that may be able to go to the end.
With the fastest lap at 21.36. We got Iceboy Fox who's just passed Baba John for P9. We're going to be watching this guy, I was about to say, in case he tries to do an insane dive bomb on a Mercedes again. Iceboy Fox and Max Stappen doing a good job racing side by side, not touching here. And
Oh, Baba John, don't look there, don't look there. First Lesmo, here we go. Oh.
Okay, and he's just punted Max Stappen, but he keeps it together. Wow, what a save. Baba John, either doesn't know his breaking points or doesn't care what they are. I mean, this guy, this is the like third time I've seen him dive.
Three
It's
wide.
incredibly deep. 3 wide is the worst.
No.
Oh, and he just cut off Jengus. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Evo, by the way, has just been passed by Jurassic Blaze, or by Runner, and this allowed Jurassic Blaze to catch up to them. They're still side by side. DRS has been enabled. Oh boy, 3 wide, nope. Jurassic Blaze smartly backs out of that. He knows 3 wide probably would have resulted in all 3 of them crashing or hitting each other. Look at this, he's trying to go around the outside of Evo. Can he make it work? Head of the AlphaTauri now. Evo and Runner side by side through De La Roja. Doing a good job not to crash, but Crazy Fish. Oh, Crazy Fish just touched the wheel of Evo. Despite the small bits of contact this top 4 have had in the short time I've watched them, they've done a good job not to completely take the other one out.
Dave, so
This is the kind of...
Sorry, I'm gonna leave the lobby and come back because I'll take a screenshot of this. But
Okay.
I got confused because I've run a red. Because I thought, oh, you're saying that Runner Red is battling with Blaze and Evo. Well, my Sweeney's 11th.
Oh boy.
So
okay, that's not good. Yeah,
I'm
no.
gonna sort that out. I just see it on the stream. Yeah, there's a Red Bull in
definitely.
second.
And Runner Red is just taking... I don't know whether his name's Runnard or Runner Red. I got no idea. Someone's going to have to help me on that one.
Yeah, my screen Runner Red was just dropping back through the pack, and then I look at the stream and it's like, why is he there?
What happened to Evo, you mean? Nothing. He's right here. P3.
We did have a 2-second gap, didn't he, after the safety car, so he must have made a mistake somewhere.
No, it was just him and Runner Red fighting for position.
Again!
Yeah, it was both of them fighting for the lead, and they were fighting pretty hard, so that allowed Blaze to catch up, and then Blaze getting basically held up by those two allowed Crazy Fish to catch up. And pretty soon, Invade's going to be within DRS of them. He's using just about all the ERS he's got left, but it's not enough to get the DRS this time by. Runty also catching up to the top 4, so it could be a 6-way train for P1 before we know it. If Invade wants to catch these guys, he's got to start saving his ERS. He can't continue to use it all and then wonder why he can't catch these guys. The place he will catch these guys is in the corners. Look at that. He already caught him by over 2/10. Almost 3/10 there.
Oh, yellow flag. Going out, I think.
Oh boy, it is.
So I've got a question for you and for everyone in the chat watching. Does they need to pit again? Because he's only on 7 lap pods. Can they go another 14? It'll be 21 laps.
Oh, Invade's got a 3-second time penalty. As for whether he needs to pit again, yes.
Okay.
I don't think you want to take a set of hards 20 plus laps. Your rears are going to be absolutely screaming.
And Nasri in the chat says Leffer needs to pit again. Horner says reckon they will get to the end, but he has no idea.
Well, 20 laps on a set of hards here with no VSC, no VSC or safety car, no red flag, no dirty air, can get to the end. They will be pretty much dead, though. Especially, again, the rear tires. Because he's gotten, oh boy, almost contact between Runner and the back of Jurassic Blaze. Anyway, because he's going to be in the dirty air now, Invade's going to have to either pick his way through this field or hope for another safety car soon.
I'm almost thinking he can, and this is why I'm saying it. If he can get to the end, he's in it, surely, because you have like an 18-second lead over these guys.
Here you lose more than 18 seconds in the pits here. I think you lose closer to 20, 21, 22.
Oh, runner red.
Runner red getting a very risky move there to work, though. That's P1 for him now over Drastic Blaze, Evo, Crazy Fish, and Invade. Invade has pulled a second to Grunty since joining this DRS train. And if you look at the gap between P1 to P5, it's less than a second. It's about a second. What's happening to Crazy Fish? He's gone way wide here.
He got a little bit of a headbutt from Invade from behind.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, that'll do it for you. Evo gets past Runner Red. Don't think he's gonna get past. Ooh, Drastic Blaze, a little bump there. I'd say if you're Evo, you gotta pit now for the hards. Probably should have pit last lap, but this time he needs to definitely pit.
He's trying to stay out as long as he can, because the problem he's got is when he pits, he'll go right to the back of the field. That's what all these guys that need to pit will do.
As for Drastic Blaze, I'd say maybe take the hards another lap before you plan on going on to the mediums. That's exactly right. Invade needs to hope for no safety car, no virtual safety car, nothing. He's gotta hope it stays green the rest of the way.
Oh, look at this. They're all slipstreaming each other.
Crazy Fish with over 80% ERS. Meanwhile, Invade 3%. Almost pretty much full battery from Runner Red. 40 and 48% for your top two. So Runner Red and Crazy Fish right now are in the best position. Crazy Fish dives into the pits. If he started on the hards, he can go onto another set of mediums to the end from here.
Oh, bless
Mother
you.
of God, that hurt. Thank you. Ugh.
Crazy Fish
Angus
started
Logan
on softs.
Now on this. Oh, Crazy Fish started on softs.
Yeah. He has gone to another set of mediums to the end now.
Alright, one moment. I'll be right back.
Alright. Right, so Fish has come out. And he is 25 seconds off the lead at the moment. Invade is almost looking at arsing Runner Red here, even if he almost doesn't need to. I definitely think he could go to the end. Look, he's all over the back of Runner Red. If they going right around the other side of Runner Red and takes third place away from them. Oh, yellow flag! No! Joe's gone. Hard Invade. Hard Invade's gone into the pits and 5-second time penalty and Grunty. Well, this completely changes things. It's also a virtual. It's not a full safety car.
Oh, jeez. VSC's out, which means Invade's going to pit, of course, with the rest of these guys.
Yeah, Harry Joe lost it just past the Scary.
Oh, gee, yeah, that'll do it to you. Iceboy Fox on a set of hards, not the tire you want to be on for this final stint. Crazy Fish is going to get at least some of the guys that passed him back. But Grunty has got a huge gap behind him. Evo's got to hope this safety car, or VSC, lasts just a bit longer.
Yeah, Invade and Grunty sped in the pit lane as they did, so Invade's up to 8 seconds and Grunty's on 5. those will be added unless we get another safety car. And
or unless
lose
they
that
decide
time.
to pit and just completely lose the pack.
Yeah. This is going to mess up Evo quite a bit because the time loss is...
And it's just been... The DRS has been enabled, which means the VSC is over. Evo's going to have to pit right now.
He does.
And that's exactly what he does. So we're going to go to Drastic Blaze. Right now it's just a two-car tandem, just Blaze and Invade. Runner Red is just a bit far behind. He may not have had the best entry or exit out of the pits. Fade has been let through by Drastic Blaze. Evo's on the softs, but he's going to get passed just now, right there. Also gets passed by Runner Red. Evo's down to 4th. Crazy Fish gets past Grunty.
They nearly thought about fucking back on the inside, even as they were turning into the corner.
JD, unfortunate to be real with you, I know you're just joking around.
It is too late. Also, no.
The last lap we had to call a restart was lap 7. If we didn't call it by the end of lap 7, then the race would continue as normal.
If only Evade didn't have his penalties, because he is right in this for the win on track. He's stuck to the back of Blaze. Blaze cannot get rid of him at all. Then you got Runner Red, and then you got Evo's come out on a pair of soft tyres. What set of soft tyres? Not a pair.
If you want to go by pairs, he's got 2 pairs of soft tires. Gotta hope. Honestly, I kind of hope Crazy Fish and Grunty can catch back up to these guys. Evo should catch these guys pretty quickly. Grunty gets past Crazy Fish. Ice Boy Fox gets past Muddy Biscuit. It's P5 for Grunty, P7 for Ice Boy Fox. And Max Stappen right behind them. Aldaf on a new set of, or at least new-ish set of softs. Should be able to catch up to Max Stappen and the other 2 drivers in that group of cars fighting for P7.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's Evo. He's right there now. About 3.5 car lengths behind Runner Red.
Who's running automatic gears now, Swing? Oh, look at Evo, got a great run out Mascari using the ERS.
Wow.
Last
he just
by.
drives right by Runner Red. It's almost like Runner Red didn't even have the slipstream from Drastic. And Evo takes fastest lap with a 21.012. Drastic Blaze. Blaze is past Invade. And oh, Invade with a ballsy dive bomb. Ooh. A bit of a punt from Invade there. And Evo just drives right by him again. Doesn't even care. He's just like, lol, okay. Oh my god. Runner Red with a... Oh, gets past Invade. Invade loses 2 positions there. And Evo's already back inside the DRS. He was about 1.3 back off the back of Drastic Blaze when he passed Invade. He's now 9/10, 8/10 off the back.
I think this is where the lack of ERS for Invade is. He's struggling a little bit because everyone else has got well over 50% and he's struggling to get to 10%.
2 guys behind him also have quite a bit of ERS. You would have thought with the pit stop and the VSC, he would have saved a lot of ERS there, but clearly not enough for it to really make much of a difference.
Yeah, he's got the lowest ERS out of the entire field that are still running by a long way.
Evo not using his ERS here. Oh my God, the dive bomb, and he makes it work. Wow.
On earth
Oh
did he get
my
that stop and no contact?
God. That was absolutely intense dive bomb there. He's got to pull away from these guys, though. If he wants to make these softs work, he cannot let these guys stick around. These softs are going to fall off very, very hard. Minimal ERS usage to pull away, and he's almost 7/10 ahead of Drastic Blaze by the time the DRS is opened. That is quite a pace advantage.
Yeah, if Blaze wants to make it 4 wins out of 5, and he's got to keep up with Evo, but he's also got Runner Red right behind him.
All right.
Here comes Blaze coming back in. Runner Red's got a good run on Powery as well, but decides just to use it.
No, he backs out. He way backed off. He's got a full battery just about, so I'd say what he did there was actually really smart. He doesn't want to risk trying to go for an overtake and end up getting cut off or them both hitting each other and spinning out.
Crazy Fish and Grunty, meanwhile, having an own personal battle. I don't think they're catching these top 4, and they're way ahead of Icebox, who has got Max Stappen and Muddy Biscuit behind him. Got Alduff hopefully looking at his first point of the season, Alduff, which I'm surprised and saying, by round 4.
Yeah, no kidding. I think Aldaf by now would have had at least a few points, but I don't think he even raced last week or the week before, so I don't know.
Oh,
in fact, I think in the Discord earlier today, oh boy, yeah. Going way wide through Parabolica there. That might cost him the position to run a red.
But he's catching the Blaze, so is Runner Red going to go for the kill now? No, again.
Evo certainly is. Wow, way deep. And again, it works.
Oh.
Drastic almost lost the rear end there out of the chicane. This is where Evo's got to push like mad to get away from Drastic Blaze. I'm not sure why he's not using the ERS. He's done 5 laps on those tires. The worst part for him is none of that was under the VSC that came out. 5 laps to go. He's got 10 laps to do on these soft tires. Jenkins ended up making the softs go 10 laps, but then he pit onto the current set of mediums he's on.
Runner Red has 100% ERS. Not using a single bit of it.
At some point, he's got to use that to get past one of these two.
Yeah.
If he uses it to get past Drastic Blaze, he could be looking at a win here.
Wait for the opportune moment, though. They need to fight each other.
He's definitely biding his time, and I'd say it's quite intelligent, quite a smart move here from him.
We're on lap 24. We've had safety cars and virtual safety cars and drama, but still just gone 9:30 here, and we're 3 laps away from the end.
Yeah. Made it out of the DRS, though, which is unfortunate for him because now he doesn't have that extra toe to pull him along away from Crazy Fish. He's currently got 8 seconds. Okay, so he would need to pull 3.9 seconds on his own or hope that Crazy Fish completely just chokes it here in the final few laps. But Crazy Fish could be looking at P4 right now. Runner Red is starting to drop a good bit. Look at the gap between these three. It's gotten a bit spaced out. I think Runner Red might need to start using that ERS.
Yeah.
Get himself back to the gearbox of Evo. Evo going incredibly wide through Parabolica. Wow.
He's so wide and he hit the barrier on the far left.
Runty getting past Crazy Fit. We got a yellow.
Nice.
Oh, it's Ice Boy Fox. What's happened to the Ferrari?
Last corner, I think. Either that there was contact with somebody else, but either way, he's into the pits. Front wing damage as well.
Onto a set of softs, so he should be taking fastest lap here.
That moves held up into ninth and Bubba John, despite everything, was looking at a point. I wonder if Eva and Blaze even realise that they got a Red Bull with near full ERS behind them, just ready to strike. Uh-oh.
Evo's
Evo
got a
penalty.
3-second time penalty. And look at this, Runner Red's going all out here. He's gotten past Evo. Oh, and he's going for the dive bomb. Ooh! Ooh, Blaze did not give him the room there to try the overtake. Completely cut him off there. I don't know if that's going to result in anything, but...
No.
Drastic Blaze at 30%. 66% for Runner Red, so he's over 35% higher on the ERS. I think if you're Runner Red, you want to wait until the last possible moment to overtake him here. Oh, loses rear end just a bit.
That penalty for Evo. Oh, Evo nearly completely drops it. Evo's out of this win.
Baba John with another 3-second time penalty. That gives him 9. Oh, Runner Red gets past Blaze. Blaze may have let him through on purpose. I can't imagine he did that on accident.
They can get DRS down the main straight because they're going to be starting the last lap as they cross the line.
Aldaf gets a 3-second time penalty. The ERS has been activated on the rear wing of Drastic Blaze. Drastic going for the overtake, and he's got it. There's one more DRS zone, and Ice Boy Fox has crashed at Lesmo. Oh! Drastic Blaze, I think, may have messed up the corner, but so did Runner Red. Jangis Logan with a 3-second time penalty. And he's also lost it out of Ascari.
Oh.
Drastic Blaze defending with all he can. Runner Red has got 2 more chances here. He's still got a lot more ERS than he does. Drastic going defensive, but look at how much more speed he's got. Wow, he just flew past him. Drastic Blaze may have just given up the win right there. Out of Ascari now, he's got 1 more chance. Jangis Logan retires in the pits. Runner Red has 20% more ERS than Drastic Blaze, coming through Parabolica for the final time tonight. It's going to be Runner Red as he crosses the line now. It's P1 for the Red Bull on debut. Drastic Blaze P2, P3 for Evo. And it's going to be Crazy Fish P4, followed by Grunty, Invade, Muddy Biscuit P7, Max Stappen P8, Aldaf, and we've got Baba John P10 on debut.
Oh.
Wow. I'm not sure what Drastic Blaze was thinking there on the final lap. He just completely gave up the line. He should have defended it.
Yeah, once you pick a line though, and you then can't change your mind. I think he had three choices: go to the left, middle, and the right, and he went to the left, and yeah, wow. So the new boy, new man, comes in and takes it to these two, because as I said, these two were the early pace setters, Evo and Blaze, and he showed up and taking it to them. Was patient, last 5-10 laps, building his ERS, then went on the attack and got it.
Again, these year race finishers. Don't know if we can get Red in for an interview.
Okay, Blaze, Evo, and Crazy Fish. For now.
Get Grunty too. Why not? Because
Okay.
might as well have 3 people in here, and I guess those will be all our 3.
That'd be 4. That'd be 4 because you got Evo, Blaze, and Fish.
I don't think we can invite Blaze.
What dress? He plays with an Xbox.
Yeah, Blaze is off to.
Oh, okay. Let's get it.
There we go. All right. Looks like we got our 3. So, if you want, you can take over for the
All 3. You don't want to split it?
not all 3, just whichever one or ones you want to do. Grunty was P5, P4 was Crazy Fish, P3 was Evo.
Yeah. Right. So you can have Evo. I'll have the other 2. Right. So let's start off with Grunty. E5 in the McLaren, a crazy race. I don't know if you caught all the drama in the first several laps, but a solid race for yourself, and it's kind of 2 halves really, because you ended up hitting, I think it was 3 stops in the end to get on kind of the right strategy. Obviously late virtual safety car, everyone's kind of back onto the same tires, and then you ended up in a second half of the Grand Prix battle with Crazy Fish for 4th and 5th place, and Crazy Fish beat you on this one, but a good solid result, I think. I think you'd be happy, because obviously Vegas last week I saw you finish 8th, so better performance this time. Are you happy with that one overall?
Yeah, bit of a topsy-turvy race. Lap 1 was a bit mad. I got damaged turn 1 from the instant, and then obviously at Lesnar 1, I don't know how the chaos started, but I think it was basically going into Lesnar 1, someone hit the back of me in the braking zone, and I don't know what happened from there. That's all I know. I don't know exactly what happened, but obviously pitted for hard, and the game being the game, didn't change my wing because I hadn't selected yes instead of auto.
Oh.
Right. So obviously I had to pit again, change my wing. Didn't have much race pace. Obviously couldn't keep up with the top 4 at the time, like Fish and whatnot. But obviously managed to pit under the virtual. But I couldn't see my pit limiter because all I saw was flashing of the VSE coming up. So it was just flashing like mad. And I couldn't see my delta, or like I couldn't see my
The speed, yeah.
speed. Yeah, so I was over obviously and got that 5 seconds, which is the right pain in the butt. But Mine and Fisher's plan at the end of that stint was literally just try and DRS draft each other and catch up to the guys ahead. I think we got within like 2.1 or 2 seconds at one point, but then we kind of just dropped off because obviously we were DRS drafting, but also kind of so were they at the same time. They weren't battling that much, they were just sort of overtaking each other on the straights and stuff, so it was quite difficult for us to actually catch up. So we just kind of ran our own race, made sure we stayed at least 5 seconds ahead of the guys behind, and then I think Invade, something, I don't know what happened to Invade, but he obviously dropped out of the DRS range, and then at that point we were just like, right, let's just DRS draft each other now, catch up, get within that 3 second. And I was like, I think when we were approaching the last lap, we didn't even know it was the last lap until it popped up, really. Yeah, I was at Fisher, right, push in to try and obviously get up to Invade, and obviously managed to sneak in there. So not a bad race overall. Obviously, it could have been better. Bit chaos. Well, that's Div 1 for you.
What was the initial idea with your strategy before obviously the late virtual safety car? Everybody was on mediums to the end. Was it hard tires to get to the end?
No, God no. I was always going to do a hard medium. I think most of the grid was either hard medium or hard soft.
Did you pit it twice under that first safety car?
I pitted the first time onto mediums, and then I didn't change my wing, so I had to pit again to change my front wing. So I had obviously pitted twice, went back onto the hards I started on, and then just did the strategy from there.
Okay, fair enough. And you would have gone mediums to the end anyway.
Yeah, I was going to pit around about lap 15, 16, but I was going to pit on the lap Fish did, but obviously the virtual came out, so I got actually quite lucky, and obviously Fish got quite unlucky there.
Cool. Well, a few solid performances, obviously considering you made the jump off from F2 to F1. So I'd say good solid results so far this season. Suzuka is next, I believe. What do you feel about now?
It's alright. Like, I'm not overly fond of it. I don't hate it. So I'd probably say, a solid 6 or 7 out of 10. I find myself doing okay around there, so we'll see. Obviously, it's a big wheel track, so hopefully we'll get a bit of advantage that way.
Alright. Well done in your 5th place, and good luck next week.
Yeah.
Right, moving on to Crazy Fish in the Ferrari, a fish talking to another fish. That's just basically a similar story with Grunty, only you survived the first lap drama and was right with the leaders in the early going. And I think just the safety cars kind of dropped you away, and the kind of strategy kind of dropped you away. The timing, obviously, the pit stops from the top 3. And again, you could kind of went into the kind of battle with Grunty. Came out in the end, a good 4th place though. Yeah, how do you feel with that race? Just disappointed that weren't able to keep with the top 3, or were you happy with good points?
I'm happy with P4. It was a bit of a clusterfuck at the start because somebody decided to ready up. So I set my strategy correctly. I just got my tyre pressures turned down, just got the fuel done, and then I realised I had selected the actual strategy I wanted to use, so it put me onto the soft tyres. Not the hard tyres. So
that wasn't intentional.
No, that wasn't intentional. That was somebody being an asshole readying up early. So that's why I pitted at the end of lap 1 for safety car. And then my plan was always to just go medium to the end, because I knew I had 2 mediums. So I went on to mediums. Under that safety car, then I got overtaken by an AI, so I lost another place because of that. So that was wonderful. But yeah, and then the race was very straightforward. Then it was just the 2 in front of me then kind of crashed out and was in a safety car, and then I kind of just was able to manage to keep up with the leaders. And I was sitting with them fairly easily. I had a good bit of DRS usage and had no ERS, so it was good. And then when I came to pit, I think at lap 14, and on the lap 10, that's when the VSC came out, so I lost about 5 seconds, hence why I dropped away from them. So I'd say if that didn't happen, it actually would have been a fairly tough battle for the lead. I wouldn't have won, but yeah, it would have been a lot closer, which is why in the end I came out behind Grunt, which kind of destroyed my race. Not Grunt's fault, but it's just having no one else with DRS ahead of you, you're naturally going to fall back. So I'll take P4 in the end anyway.
Yeah. Again, similar story to Grunty, obviously last week in the main race in Vegas. Anyway, I don't have the sprint race results immediately up here, but I see obviously he didn't score any points in the main race. So back in the points today.
Harsh, I finished third last week.
I was like, hold on, no, he was on the podium last week.
I got the main race that it was
The
Blazing
setup,
Evo
not setup. What? No, the where is it?
sprint race.
Race director screenshots.
That's what I took them from. Oh,
He did finish on the podium.
Yeah,
That's
he
right.
finished P3 in the main, and in the sprint, yeah, in the sprint he did terrible, but in the main he
oh,
finished P3.
that's what I got. That's my results say the sprint race. Never mind. Ignore me. I'm terrible at my research. Right. Yes. So anyway, back to the points once again, and so on. But yeah, good solid campaign so far. Suzuka next. Very different track compared to this week around Monza. Obviously a lot more technical and so on. Is it a track you enjoy or not so much?
It is a wheel track that I'm on a wheel. I can't really remember too much about it last year, or did we even race on it last season? I don't know. I normally, traditionally, sometimes like Suzuka, sometimes not. If it doesn't rain, I like it. If it rains, I won't like it. So we'll see how it goes. It's going to be a chaotic race. Like I called it last week, but this race is probably going to be chaotic than it was. I expect to see something similar next week if we get numbers. So we'll wait and see.
Yeah. Yes. Well done on your fourth place, and good luck next week in Suzuka.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the comms.
Okay. Congrats to both of you on your races. Best of luck to both of you next week on either a podium or another top 5 finish. On to our lone podium finisher that we'll be able to interview tonight, SLR Evo. How are you doing, my guy?
Yeah, good. Good result. Qualifying was, I think that's the best ever qualifying I've ever done. That last lap for an 85 was the perfect lap I've ever done in qualifying, so I'm happy with that one. The car was just not feeling the same in the race. Didn't have confidence, and I messed up on the strategy as well.
Run us through the rest of your race that you haven't already told us about.
So, the last few years on all the other games, and the last time I'd done Italy on this game as well, I was able to comfortably do a medium soft, and it feeling quite comfortable, and the car feeling quite comfortable as well. But this time round, I don't know what was up with it. All the way through Ascari and Parabolica, the last corner, I just didn't have confidence in the rear, and it was just killing me. I couldn't pull away or anything. So in hindsight, I should have started off on the hards. Then I was right. So settled down a little bit, managed to stay in the DRS of the top two guys until lap 16 when them guys come in. I'm kicking myself I didn't hit that lap because I was going to extend it out one lap because I knew I was going to be on the softs when everyone else was on the mediums. So, but staying out that one lap extra instead of hitting under the VSC. Yeah, I had a big fight then. So. But it was good. Congrats to Blaze on the win and No one plays didn't win. Like, plays for P2
It
and
was runner red.
Yeah. Congrats to him. He had some amazing straight line speed. I don't know what wings he was running, but yeah, it was good. Good fight all the way through and get all the way through. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it and the other spectators on the stream. So, hopefully more next time in Suzuka.
Yeah. Well, congrats on your podium. Best of luck to you next week, Evo. And
Thank you.
once again, congratulations to Drastic Blaze on P2 and to Runner Red on your win on debut. I have been your host, Days Freak, alongside my co-commentator, Firefish, better known as SF Michaels. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye and good night, wherever you are.